democracy, due process, the presumption of innocence, and fundamental fairness. The recent settlement of Ridley Thomas's compensation claim is a major victory for due process, the presumption of innocence, and fundamental fairness to which we are all entitled. This settlement represents a tacit acknowledgement by the city of Los Angeles that City Controller Ron Galperin, aided and abetted by City Attorney Mike Feuer and former City Council President Nuri Martinez, who was forced to resign in disgrace, excessively abused their power. Their actions were not just legally wrong, they were harmful to Ridley Thomas's legal defense. You cannot accuse an individual, take away the seat to which they were duly elected, their health care in the midst of a pandemic, I might add, their pension and their salary, then tell them that while they are suspended, they cannot earn outside income and somehow expect that they will have the resources to fight and defend their good name. It was preposterous then, and in retrospect, it's even more outrageous now. Much of the blame for this travesty of justice rests squarely on the shoulders of Nuri Martinez, who allowed her personal political ambitions, racial animosity, and thirst for power to override good governance and good judgment. It was abundantly clear on that now infamous leaked audio tape that Martinez wanted to punish and tarnish Ridley Thomas. And she did, but she ruined herself in the process. Big Mama always said, God don't like ugly and he ain't fond of cute. Once Nuri Martinez's toxic leadership was no more, the council quickly and correctly moved to resolve an injustice born in part by their own rush to judgment and abdication of responsibility in performing due diligence. Their settlement action this week starts the process of restoring honor and trust. In March, Ridley Thomas will finally have his day in court and a chance to restore his good name. For KBLA Talk 1580, I'm Tavis Smiley. We welcome your comments.
Hey Zoe, I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
A flyby this week. We're almost at Friday. This is Friday Eve. The eve of Friday, heading into the weekend, and I'm not going to take my foot off the gas. I'm not. You shouldn't expect me to. These conversations are very important. A lot of people don't like arguing in relationships. I, for one, am that person. I just abhor arguing in relationships because I'm this type of communicator. If you're willing, like, I only like talking to the willing ear, right? I don't want to convince anybody of a point. I don't want to have to do that. Because I feel like a lot of people are really not about having real conversation. I think a lot of people are about getting whatever is on their chest off their chest. So tonight, what are the benefits of agreeing to disagree? A deeper look at the benefits of respectfully disagreeing in relationship. Is it even possible to agree to disagree or even respectfully disagree? I mean, do healthy disagreements debunk the concept of being equally yoked ideologically? I'm suffering from Don Amici. He stumbled on my word. Ideologically. Like, when I talk to people about being equally yoked, typically they say we got to be of the same religious faith. And I'm not saying this is for everyone. This has just been my experience. When I talk to people about being equally yoked, it's more about it having the same faith. But the concept of healthy disagreements might debunk the concept of being equally yoked ideologically. We don't have to agree on everything. We don't have to think the same and share the same thoughts. Now, in my research, I'm finding that there is something called a healthy disagreement. There's something called healthy conflict. And the idea goes that to have healthy conflict in relationship actually builds trust. Go figure. There are a lot of people out there that are just like me. We avoid conflict. But if you've done your research on communication styles, avoidance is one style of communication that actually produces conflict. So I don't want to talk about it. Well, it's going to fester. It's going to get buried deep down, and eventually it's going to come to, as the old school aunties used to say, it's going to come to a head. Come on. Why are disagreements healthy for relationships? What does a healthy fight look like? I want to hear from people tonight who have had healthy fights. Healthy fights. Listen, if you've been marginalized in your relationship, if you've been made to feel small, is this a healthy fight to stand up and say, nah, we're not doing that today? This is a fight you gonna pick? I want to hear from people who have had healthy fights. Call me at 1-800-920-1580. And when I come forward, I'm going to the phone lines. I want to talk to people. You already know what this environment is about. This is a safe space where no one will be judged. Do you believe healthy disagreements can increase trust in a relationship? What is your relationship with conflict? What is your relationship with disagreements? When we come forward, the voice of reason shall continue to cook.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Bring in the new year with Cat Williams. He's He's coming to Ontario in the Toyota Arena December 30th. And in Los Angeles in the Microsoft Theater December 31st.
I don't know what I'm going to do about this light bill. Just hit the blunt one time and see if it don't change your perception of what's important in your life. I don't know what I'm going to do about this life. Them blunts. I got 12 candles. I've been waiting to burn them.
He's back with an all-new show. It's the award-winning comedian, Cat Williams.
Just so you knew they was lying, they said some next that don't even make mathematical sense. They said there's a chicken wing shortage, but we got plenty thighs.
Cat Williams with his special guests, Mark Curry, Tommy Davidson, Tony Roberts, Daphne Springs, and Pretty Ricky. In Ontario, get tickets at Ticketmaster. In Los Angeles at AXS.com. Bring in the new year with Cat Williams.
Life is uncertain. It's okay to feel stressed, anxious, worried, or frustrated. It's normal. With CalHope's free and secure mental health resources, it's easy to get the help you and your loved ones need when you need it the most. Call our warm line at 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org today.
The Los Angeles Urban League helps African American and others in underserved communities achieve true social parity, economic self-reliance, and civil rights. For over 100 years, Los Angeles Urban League has ensured our communities have access to careers with living wages, opportunities to start and grow businesses, and clear pathways to personal and professional growth. Programs like Biz Camp, Construction Career Academy, Bob Business Ready, and B-Warp. The Black Wealth Attainment and Retention Program are examples of the ongoing events designed to make our centennial mission to rebuild Black Wall Street right here in LA a reality. To sign up for our newsletter or to support the Los Angeles Urban League with your time, talent, and donations, visit laul.org. That's laul.org. The Los Angeles Urban League is a proud sponsor of Urban Family Focus Saturdays at 7 a.m. on KBLA Talk 1580.
Congratulations to Trinity Unlimited Childcare for being KBLA Talk 1580's Office of the Week. Into your business today in the KBLA app or KBLA1580.com for the Office of the Week. Congratulations to Trinity Unlimited Childcare.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Last night I saw you standing, and I started pretending I knew you, and you knew me too. And just like a romance, you were too shy, but you weren't the only cause. So was I, and I dreamed of you ever since. Now I build up my confidence, and next time you come my way, I know just what to say. Can we talk for a minute?
I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk. No, I don't want to talk. We cannot talk for a minute. A lot of people don't like talking in relationships. Can we just be honest? A lot of people agree to disagree so they don't have to listen or talk no more. Right? A lot of people agree. How many men just agree? All right. Or how many women just agree? All right, cool. Yep. Yep, you right. Yep. What does a healthy disagreement look like? It looks like the toolbox you inherited. What do you mean, Zoe? Your level of healthy is is defined by your normal. Your normal comes from what you modeled. So you might be communicating in a certain way, and because it's normal to you, you think this is good conversation. You think this is a good exchange. It's not always a good exchange. Listen to me, brothers out there and sisters out there who may be avoiding conflict in relationship. Healthy adults talk about problems. We look for solutions. When people hurt us, we communicate with compassion. No connection will last forever if people hold in all of their anger, pain, and misunderstandings. That's S. McNutt. Now, I ask the question again. Do you find yourself placating to your partner? Placating, going along to get along, agreeing, just so you can avoid having a real conversation for fear of conflict, for fear of disagreements. Maybe you've never seen a constructive disagreement in your household. How many of you have seen that in your household growing up? A constructive disagreement, not two people shaming each other, two people blaming each other. Not that version, right? But a healthy disagreement where each partner made space for the other's point of view. And once they heard their significant other's point of view, they didn't go about tearing it down. They went about building on it by saying, yes, that could be true from your perspective, and I acknowledge that it is the truth from your perspective, but this is kind of how I look at it. Now, this doesn't marginalize your truth, but this is my take on the same truth from a different perspective. A lot of people don't know how to do that, and I may not have done it right even now. It's just part of who we are, right? When was the last time you saw a healthy disagreement? Because if the disagreement is healthy, what's going to come out of a healthy disagreement after it's done? Andy, what's your answer? What's going to come out of a healthy disagreement, right? If that disagreement was productive, what's going to come out of it?
Peace.
Oh, wow. What else?
Understanding.
Hey, let's keep going.
I don't know, but peace and understanding are the first two that
Peace, where there's understanding, you're going to have some level of contentment, some level of bonding. This is why they said healthy disagreements build trust.
You know what? I got a story.
Give it up.
Or not even a story, a couple experiences. I look at my life, whether it was somebody that I was dating or friends that I befriended, and I've noticed that anytime I got into, like, you meet somebody, you don't like the person, you get into a fight, a physical fight, or maybe even a verbal argument. Mm-hmm. And right after that, there's like this respect that develops within you, and you end up like being this is like my best homie now, or my best homegirl, after we didn't like each other in the beginning. Mm-hmm. But whatever it is that we had, the animosity that we had, after we let that out, it was like, okay, I understand this cat now.
Sometimes you had to go through it.
We had to go through it
to get to the other side of it.
Absolutely.
And then see, hey, we're not so different.
Yeah, facts.
Hey, man, good stuff, Andy. Love it. Let's get Reggie from Austin, Texas in the building. Talk to me, brother. Have you seen it? Healthy disagreements?
I'm seeing it now, but I didn't grow up seeing it. I grew up saying or seeing an argument that said, I need to say something to win this argument. And I'm gonna do anything I can to win the argument. Mm-hmm. And that's not a healthy argument. Mm-hmm. You have to have some ground rules in your argument. Some things that you just will not say, some things that you just will not do. And if I associate your value with the argument that you make, it cannot be a healthy argument. I can disagree with your argument all day. It can be convoluted as the world is long, but I'm not going to disrespect you because I disagree with what you say, and that's the base for our discussion. You know what I'm saying? It grows from there. Everything that comes from the discussion has to be in love, and love isn't always about agreement. Love is about respect, and if I respect you, then I can respect you without agreeing with what you say.
Come on, brother.
That's it, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate the call. Thank you for the insight. Look, if you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. This is heavy stuff right here, man. Nzinga just said something in the chat room. She said disagreements. I don't know what that symbol means there. Disagreement over disrespect, or is that disagreements equal disrespect? I don't know. I don't think disagreements equal disrespect. I think disagreements can evolve into a disrespectful situation. Oh, disagreements do not equal disrespect. And I agree with that. Absolutely. They don't. But if you present your disagreement in a disrespectful way, most people in intimate relation, I said most, I didn't say all. When you hear people say, stop generalizing, you're supposed to generalize because you don't know everybody. Right? You have to generalize. Right? You don't speak in absolute. So I hear people say, oh, don't generalize. Don't generalize. No. We have to generalize because we have to come with a baseline kind of idea, but that doesn't necessarily mean it covers everything and everybody. The absolute does. All men are cheaters. All women are better cheaters, so good that they don't even have a history of cheating. Right? So all this and all that, and that's speaking in absolutes. No, you can't speak in absolutes, because if we looked at your experience, it's a very limited experience. So you have to generalize. So let me ask you this, or let me present this to you. In healthy relationships, conflicts are normal. Now, I'm going to ask this. No, let me just do it again. Is this true or false? You tell me. Is this true or false? Is this right or wrong? Call me right now, 1-800-920-1580. True or false? In healthy relationships, conflicts are normal. Arguments are not. There's a big difference. Joe Santamata. Joe Santamata. In healthy relationships, conflicts are normal. Arguments are not. Call me right now if you agree or disagree with that sentiment. I don't know. VB from Kansas City, get up in here and talk to me about tonight's topic.
What's up, Zoe? How you doing today?
Oh, VB still in the building. What up?
What up? It's been a while.
Yeah. Get in here and talk to me about that.
Okay, so the true or false, I believe both of them are true. You can have conflicts and you have arguments. You're going to have a conflict because you don't agree. You're going to argue about it because you don't agree, because two people coming from two different perspectives, two different experiences. You talk about the absolute. You can't really put an absolute on everybody's experience. So, yes, you're going to have one conflict where you're not going to see things the same way because people don't come from the same experience. And you're going to have arguments because of that very thing. But it's working through that. And, I would just be transparent. I met you online on Facebook. And although you're my brother, even in a brother-sister non-romantic relationship, you're still going to have conflicts and arguments because you're still growing even in that space or whatever that type of dynamic relationship is. So what I come from is overcoming, and relationships have to be built on conflict. You can't run the minute you get in an argument. You always run it because you have a conflict or because you don't see eye to eye. There's a season for all of those things when you're getting to know a person, because what you meet online, and even when you meet that person in the physical, you know, they always say, well, we're meeting the representative. You're meeting the person at that layer like an onion. And so once you get in that intimate space, then those layers are coming off, and you may get you're seeing some things that you may not have been prepared for or understand. That doesn't mean that you walk away from that person. Because especially as a man, I'm a woman that really validates for a woman. So people really know me from your show. I really up the man, and I really want to help the women to really not walk away from a situation when you start seeing those layers of that man be unpeeled, because when he gets in a space with you and he becomes vulnerable, you may see some things in him that you may not understand or may not like. But the minute you see that and you run away, you're causing more pain to that man than you are the woman. And I'm not negating the woman's pain at all, but I'm saying the season that we're in, the queens and kings got to come to a space where they do their own self-healing. But if you're in a relationship now, or you're like an individual and you're in a season of it's a lot of conflict and it's a lot of pain, don't run away. That's not the time to run away. That's not the time to go, oh, I can't handle this. This is the time to say, wait a minute, because this man right here is reflecting something in myself. There's a reason why I'm in this space with this person. And I hope I'm not getting too deep into that, but that's where we are, and that's where my heart is right now, even with your book, because you and I happen to grow in that space. You were doing it in another way, but we were growing in that space of relationships, and it takes a relationships to really heal you. So you come to a space with a relationship, then there's a lot of drama and there's a lot of conflict. You got to know if is this my mirror? Is this my healer? Beyonce does a good job. They can talk about Beyonce and Jay-Z all day, but she's a prophet in that realm, because is this my cure? He's killing me and he's healing me? For real? Yeah, for real.
Wow.
So that's my spiel.
Heavy insight. We appreciate the call. VB from KS. You already know what KS is. That's Kansas City. We appreciate the call. Thank you so much for the insight. This is deep. Why do people run away from conflict in relationships? How come people don't know how to disagree in a healthy manner? Why can't more people learn how to use conflict as a stepping stone to mature the relationship? When I come forward, I'm going back to the phone lines. I want to talk to people. What have you been through? Share it with me tonight. It's an open forum. We've got a lot to talk about.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Mike Island, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. A scathing congressional report claims the NFL's Washington Commanders hid decades of sexual misconduct. A U.S. House committee released its report that zeroed in on team owner Dan Snyder. The report says Snyder allowed pervasive sexual harassment by team executives of female employees. Inflation is making decorations more expensive. Christmas display retailer Aldic Home says prices for some items have increased by as much as 25%. Getting your hands on medication at a drugstore can be difficult these days thanks to the surge in COVID and flu cases. Doctors say you don't need anything fancy. Dr. Jessica Solis McCarthy with the University of Texas Health System says a hot shower and a humidifier can help clear up those stuffy noses. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Island from your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
Drought, war, and rising food prices have doubled the number of families facing malnutrition. You can help. $50 provides a food kit to feed a family for a month. Just text the word radio to 97646.
Is the pen mightier than the sword?
They say the pen is mightier than the sword. At KBLA Talk 1580, we not only have a lot to talk about, we have a lot to write about. Politics, relationships, business, empowerment, and culture. The all-star roster at KBLA Talk 1580 has you covered.
That's what it's all about.
Be sure to follow us on all our socials for our latest book releases, op-eds, essays, and commentaries from our hosts. And, of course, download the KBLA 1580 app as we strive to remain your most trusted, credible, and reliable source for the issues you care about. This is unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
What up, baby?
Congratulations to Trinity Unlimited Childcare for being KBLA Talk 1580's Office of the Week. Into your business today in the KBLA app or KBLA1580.com for the Office of the Week. Congratulations to Trinity Unlimited Childcare.
The Institute for Diversity Certification is all about the 3 Ds: dedication, determination, and discipline. Learn more about our globally recognized diversity certification program today by calling 1-800-983-6192. Again, 1-800-983-6192, or visit diversitycertification.org. As the #1 organization for certified diversity professionals and also certified diversity executive credentials, diversitycertification.org will provide an opportunity for you to demonstrate dedication to the field, determination to make progress, and more discipline to your process. Go today and learn more about the diversity certification system. Call 1-800-983-6192. Again, 1-800-983-6192. Or go to diversitycertification.org. That's diversitycertification.org. The standard of excellence, equity, diversity, and inclusion.
Central Neighborhood Health Foundation is a full-service network of federally qualified health care centers that serves local communities throughout Los Angeles, Riverside, and San Bernardino counties. CNHF clinics provide low-cost to no-cost, compassionate, comprehensive, quality health care, which includes primary care services for chronic disease and diabetes management, pediatric and women's services, preventive care, vision and dental screenings, COVID-19 testing and vaccines, flu vaccines, behavioral health, HIV, and substance use services. Virtual telehealth visits are available from the comfort of your home with highly qualified physicians and medical professionals. CNHF also provides peer support specialist training and help with housing navigation. Central Neighborhood Health Foundation. Your wellness is our priority. Comprehensive care built on trust and respect. For more information, visit cnhfclinics.org or call 213-536-5815 today to locate a clinic near you.
Is your job recession-proof? Now might be the perfect time to switch careers and become an IT professional with My Computer Career. IT is listed as one of the top recession-proof professions. You could have your dream job in just months, not years. No experience needed. Take classes online or on campus, and financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the GI Bill. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
KBLA Talk 1580.
The thrill of victory. The thrill of victory. Thrill of victory. Yeah, man.
KBLA Talk 1580 wishes to congratulate Mayor-elect Karen Bass on her historic win as the first woman and only second African-American to serve as chief executive of the city of Los Angeles.
Congratulations, Mayor-elect Bass, and welcome back to Unapologetically Progressive KBLA Talk 1580.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me on the show, and this is my very first interview, and I am proud that it's here.
We are proud to have you here. What do you want to say to the listeners of KBLA Talk 1580?
I want to say thank you from just, I'm just full of the love that I felt every place I went in the community, and I just want the listeners to know that I promise you I won't disappoint you. I will be accessible. I will never forget where I'm from, and understand that is my primary motivation.
Congratulations, Mayor-elect Karen Bass, holding all leaders accountable to you.
No matter who you voted for, no matter who you are or where you live, I will be a mayor for you.
We're KBLA Talk 1580. Talk 1580. Talk 1580. And we don't black down. We've got a lot to talk about. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Voice of Reason, live on KBLA Talk 1580. Come on, man, that's Jade. Ain't that who that is? Jade? Don't walk away, girl. Jade was cold. They had like a hot 2 singles and just disappeared. I was looking forward to more records from, you already know what it is. My playlist is my co-host. And the playlist is always going to be rich. It's always going to have great songs. And it's always going to kind of support, you know, the show's topic. Don't walk away. Well, that's what VB told us. VB Steele. She told us, don't walk away. Now, I understand what she was saying, but you have to remember, in some relationships, it's safer to walk away. Safer in terms of, you know, DV, right? Domestic violence or domestic disturbances and such. So when you're in a situation that threatens your safety, it's best to walk away. But again, being in a situation that doesn't necessarily threaten your safety and people are not really open to listening to you, that's futile as well. JT from Atlanta. JT, get in here and talk to me about healthy disagreements. What do they look like? Have you ever seen them?
No, I haven't. So I guess childhood trauma. Being a kid, like, I did not like to get, like, yelled at or to get talked to very, like, stern for some reason. I would just cry anytime I would get in trouble. So I find that, like, now in my adult life, like, sometimes I just kind of find myself just, like, kind of going along with the get along just so that we don't have to have an argument. Or sometimes I'll just, like, be timid or not say my point of view, or I might not say how I feel because I don't want to, what's the word that I'm looking for? Like, I don't want to start problems, or I don't want to, like, cause any issues that aren't there. So usually I'm just the one that's kind of like, okay, sure, whatever.
But do you think that's healthy?
No, it's not.
So it's twofold, by the way. You don't want to cause trouble, so you actively make yourself smaller, right?
Yes.
Oh, but that's why I said it's twofold. Like, I'm holding on to something because I don't want to disrupt whatever it is. But then at the same time, I'm marginalizing and minimizing myself. Now, when you do that to you, what kind of beacon do you become? What kind of lighthouse do you become?
Oh, it actually, like, diminishes my light, to be completely honest with you.
Right.
Sorry, I'm just...
It's okay. Just, you can talk. You're good, Jade. You can talk, sweetheart. Just talk. I'm here with you.
Because it's like I find myself, like, stepping on eggshells, or... Because, I mean, I really don't like, if I'm in a group or if I'm around people, like, I like positive energy. I like positive vibes. I'm the type of person who, you know, I want everybody to have a good time that's around me. Go Geminis. But, you know, like, if something's bothering me, or if I may, like, not like something, or I want to, you know, like, voice my opinion or how I feel, I don't. But sometimes I just kind of find myself, like, writing in my journal to myself, or kind of saying it to myself, which then it's like, well, Jade, you should have said something. Well, that's dumb you. So
No. We're not gonna beat up on you. We're not gonna let you beat up on you. So, like I said, it's twofold, honey. You make yourself small, but at the same time, in making yourself small, there's this other piece that's really, really big, and that is you might not know how to have an agreeable disagreement, a healthy disagreement, right? So guess what? I communicate this way, and I know if I pop off, then it's going to be some beef if I say how I really feel, right?
Yeah.
So
but
sometimes,
I also kind of feel. Oh, I'm sorry.
no, so sometimes you got to look at what's my communication style. How do I show up
Yeah.
in the communication? Am I defensive? Do I listen? Do I actively listen without judgment? Like, you have to now look at the way you communicate. And then if you notice, hey, man, my communication needs a little work, then you go back and then you start working internally on how to fix that, right? On how to deal with
Right.
that. But here's the thing. Opting to make yourself small makes you abandon the whole process of looking at how you communicate. Because you, like you said, I'm just not going to say nothing. I'm just going to be quiet. And no healthy relationship, right, is ever going to be possible if you can't speak your truth. Does that make sense?
It does. And just a comment to add, but I also kind of feel like sometimes when people are having disagreements or arguments, they don't like listen to understand and then respond. All they want to do is get their point across, and this is how I feel, and these are my feelings, and my feelings matter. But, you know, like you just said, in regards to communication, you have to be able to listen to what the person is saying, understand what they're saying, marinate on what it is that they're saying, and then respond in a effective way. And
right.
You're right. I haven't seen that. So
for this show, we're going to make up a fake sponsor. This show is brought to you by Nonviolent Communication by Rosenberg, author Rosenberg, PhD. Everybody should get that book and read it. Nonviolent Communication. Because what that book is going to do is going to teach you about the fundamentals of communications, but it's going to show you the different styles of communication, and it's actually going to elucidate to you what your style might be and how it may be adjusted for optimum use. But JT, listen, you're a sweetheart. You're a nice girl. Do not marginalize yourself. Do not participate in making yourself smaller in order to avoid conflict. The fact that you cried on air means you are still human. When you stop crying, that means the human part is gone and you're capable of anything. So the fact that you let that love out, that humanity out through that cry, that means you're healthy. Do you understand me? That means you healthy, sweetheart. So you okay. You got me?
Yeah, and I mean, like you say all the time, I'm a work in progress, so I just have to continue to encourage myself and just do my best. Zoe, I just really want you to know, like, I work overnight, but I listen to your show all the time. I call in whenever I have the ability and the chance to, but I appreciate that you give people like me a space like this to where we can gain knowledge and we can work on ourselves. And
Jay, we love you. Just understand that you
I love
safe,
y'all too.
And we love you. I love you. Thank you so much for bringing Atlanta in the building. Look, if you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me, man. It's just a conversation. That's it. If it get too deep, I'm going to send you to Dr. Jashana Johnson. When I come forward, I'm going to talk to Big Cap from Nashville, Tennessee. I'm going to talk to Truemonger from Dallas, Texas. Let's talk about it.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Study reveals barriers to mental health for Black and Latina women in California. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News. A poll conducted by Eviteris, sponsored by Black Women Organized for Political Action and Hispanas Organized for Political Equity, found that 77% of some 800 women participants experienced some form of discrimination due to personal characteristic. More than 3 in 5 respondents have had mental health concerns for which they did not seek care. these same women reported often having had negative experiences with providers. 70% of Black women and 54% of Latinas reported racial or ethnic discrimination. Another 59% of Black women and 55% of Latinas report assumptions were made about their income and education levels. 40% of Latinas reported discrimination based on assumptions about their ability to communicate in English, while 28% reported assumptions about their documentation or immigration status. I'm Aisha Cairo, and that's your K-Black Minute News.
You're the victim of a car accident. Who goes to bat for you is crucial. We're MVP Accident Attorneys, the personal injury pros. Hiring the right law firm can be the difference between a rewarding settlement and striking out. When it comes to getting the maximum compensation you deserve, our team hits it out of the park. Call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys at 833-MVP-WINS for a free case review. Call 833-MVP-WINS.
Call on me, your MVP.
Bring in the new year with Cat Williams. He's coming to Ontario in the Toyota Arena December 30th. And in Los Angeles in the Microsoft Theater December 31st.
I don't know what I'm going to do about this light bill. Just hit the blunt one time and see if it don't change your perception of what's important in your life. I don't know what I'm going to do about this life. Them blunts. I got 12 candles. I've been waiting to burn them.
He's back with an all-new show. It's the award-winning comedian, Cat Williams.
Just so you knew they was lying, they said some next that don't even make mathematical sense. They said there's a chicken wing shortage, but we got plenty thighs.
Cat Williams with his special guests, Mark Curry, Tommy Davidson, Tony Roberts, Daphne Springs, and Pretty Ricky. In Ontario, get tickets at Ticketmaster. In Los Angeles at AXS.com. Bring in the new year with Cat Williams.
Did you know addiction to drugs like meth or cocaine is a disease and not a choice? But getting help is. If you have stimulant use disorder, you, your family, and friends may have a lot of questions, including where to start. Choose Change California can help. Make a change today and find a proven treatment option for you at choosechangeca.org.
More of the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Right now on KBLA Talk 1580.
For a second on the balcony, scoping you down, you're looking fly to me. All dressed up and buying your own drinks, and that ain't right. Not that you can't handle it on your own, but you're too damn fly to drink it all alone. Can I come double with you? To you, I'ma make a toast. Come on, don't talk, baby, just move with me. Take a sip, kinda got you feeling dizzy. So right with me if it's alright with you. Don't talk, baby, just move with me. Take a sip.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to send love to our Atlanta listener, JT. We love you, Jade. I'm sending you love. I'm sending you light. I'm sending you healing vibrations, sweetheart. Listen, we're all whips. I'm a whip, a work in progress. I have missteps daily, so don't beat yourself up. Don't do it. We sending love to you, Jade. Let me get my brother Big Cap from Nashville, Tennessee.
Yo, what up?
Volunteer stayed in the house. What up, Big Cap?
You better know it. Anchor down, man. Vanderbilt all day.
Can
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, man. What's up?
Man, we on live. You listening to our topic tonight. What are your thoughts?
JT, it's all good. Don't stress out over the small stuff that's out of your control. What else I was gonna say? It was a whole lot of pointers I had, but I've been listening and cooking at the same time. So forgive me if I'm off topic. First off, that whole dynamic about the conflict thing. Yes, it's good and bad. For people who can't handle stuff like that, they'll run away from it, and then you're going to lose somebody. But for those who can and are a master at something like that, that's kind of dangerous too, because they will overpower their other person that they're talking to. So you don't want to run somebody away from that. What else I was gonna get at?
No, that's
y'all
good.
whole pass.
Wait, that
y'all whole
that,
passport
hold on, Big Cap, because you dropped a bomb. You said conflict is good and bad. It is good for those who have mastered its presence in their lives, but it's bad for those who haven't. It's a double-edged sword based on your level of development. That in and of itself was a bar, bro. Continue. I'm sorry. It just hit me late.
It's okay.
It hit me late. You know what I'm saying? But thank you, brother. Keep going.
And then, like you always say, when I come forward, well, I'm sorry, I got to take it back a little bit for your passport show. I was speaking on that because it's like there's nothing wrong with those guys that's leaving, consider they the quote unquote unwanted guys. Like, why would you want them to stay and continue to go through what they're going through, considering they're called incels and everything else under the sun, but your brother, you know what I'm saying?
But
so
wait,
it's like,
wait.
hey, just let them go and do their thing because they're not hurting nobody.
Big Cap, I want to give you a little bit more space to breathe, man. I got to carry you forward. When we come forward, Big Cap is going to address my earlier in the week topics on the Passport Bros when we come forward.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. Ho, ho, ho. KBLA Talk 1580 wishes you a happy holiday and wants to bless you with one night only. A Wonder Winter's Night presented by Stevie Wonder's House Full of Toys benefit concert. Saturday, December 17th at Microsoft Theater. Download the KBLA Talk 1580.com mobile app to enter to win a pair of tickets. This has been a community call to action brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580 invites you to join us in celebrating the season of giving by being part of the solution. As we enjoy great food, family, warmth, and well wishes in whatever our festive tradition may be, we share the beauty of the season by reaching out to the less fortunate. Please help us to help others with the KBLA Cover the Houseless Cozy Community Coat and Blanket Drive. All you have to do is drop off new or clean, gently used winter coats and blankets in the KBLA lobby during business hours. Now through December 20th, all of the coats and blankets will be donated to unsheltered individuals and families experiencing houselessness. Simply bring your donation to 4434 Crenshaw Boulevard in Los Angeles, near Vernon Avenue, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays. That's 4434 Crenshaw in historic Leimert Park. During the holidays and every day, let's remember, we keep us safe. We keep us warm. We are the safety net, and together we can cover the unsheltered. Get caught up in the spirit of the season, the spirit of love. Make a difference with your friends at KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Say what, say huh? Say what? Say what, say huh? It's just not gonna stop, baby. Come on.
Nothing you do makes me keep running to you. Keep on. Nothing you do makes me keep running to you. Baby, baby, baby. These feelings that I have, I can't explain.
Gina Thompson got that puffy magic on her. The Things You Do is the name of the record. That's that uptown, that shimmy, that Harlem shake. Woo! The voice of reason is on fire tonight. Big Cap from Nashville, Tennessee was in the building speaking. Here's a little bit more space for you to talk about it, brother. You got about 2 minutes.
It's okay, man. I'm not gonna stay long. I was just saying, man, like for the Passport Bros, I support it because they're not joining gangs, they're not hurting women and children, and it's just basically they're not hurting nobody. They just leaving, you know what I'm saying, going their own way, doing whatever they're gonna do. As long as you're not hurting women and children, you're not joining gangs, bro, and you're doing something that's constructive to yourself as first and foremost, or for whatever area you in. I'm not gonna say community because that's not a community. You're doing your own thing somewhere. As long as you're doing something positive in that area, I'm gonna support it. So it's like, hey man, they ain't hurting nobody. Let them do them.
Well, brother, I appreciate you calling in and giving the insight. I know you were trying to get in on those consecutive nights where I did that topic, but I appreciate you, waiting your turn. You actually waited 2 days later to get in, and thank you for the word, brother. I appreciate it. Big Cap, you got a seat at the table. Call in anytime, all right?
That's a bad, man. Y'all be great. How y'all be great?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, I appreciate it. Listen. My homeboy Davey Lee is on the line, El Dorado, Arkansas. My homeboy Truemonger is on the line, Dallas, Texas. When I come forward, I'm going to talk to these brothers about what does a healthy disagreement in intimate relationship look like. Many people don't even have a reference point. We got a lot to talk about.
Makes me run to you. Running. Whoa. Makes me keep running to you. Things you do. Every little thing. Running to you. The things you do. Makes me keep running to you. Keep on.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Mike Island, and here's the latest from the Black